from you as an artist who has been just trying to push and finding their ways in the game, how was your last year, 2022?
Yeah, I think one word I can give to 2022 is, I think it was a revelation. It was the year of revelation for me.
Yeah.
Because I think it was the year when I stopped trying to, like I stopped trying to just put myself out there and also take some time to consume the information that was out there. Like just learn and analyze the industry. I get to understand how does the Zambian music industry work, and even just in general, how does the music industry work. So the first half of 2022, I was releasing songs, but I wasn't really like, I wasn't really in that space because I was also in a bit of drama in 2022. You know, I started the TikTok thing that you just mentioned, and you know, it got me in a bit of some conversations with people. But for me, that was like the launch pad for me, because I was talking about what I was learning about the industry. I was surprised by the amount of people that actually were paying attention to that.
Fear of many is people's opinions.
Yeah.
Like I said, so many reactions from different people. Maybe for someone who doesn't know what you were doing,
Yeah.
what were you doing last year?
Yeah, so you see, me, I was last year. I still consider myself an up and comer, but I think my level is a bit higher now than it was last year. But last year, I was trying to push, and then after I realized the kind of injustice that upcoming artists get to experience in the Zambian music industry, I just felt like it was also necessary for me to just say something about it, because I knew that I wasn't the only one that was experiencing it. I knew many thousands of upcoming artists that would agree with me when I talk about those kinds of issues. So I figured, you know, if we continue being quiet, when no change ever happened by people being quiet, I decided to take it upon myself and just air my views. And
Quick one. What type of injustice are we talking about that you feel upcoming artists face?
There's many. I would say, first of all, I would say it's around, what's the word? Mainly first pricing. I would say in the music industry, a lot of upcomers, especially in the Zambian music industry, are just your average Joe who, you know, probably works a 9 to 5 and probably has a bit of a family here, and he's struggling with a lot, but all he has is a dream and a talent to back it up, right? But sometimes you find that they can get to encounter people who have the ability to actually help them out. They have heard that these people have talent, but some injustice that will come in is that maybe you try to work with a big artist, they'll get your money, but then just guys, or you have a case where to just kick you out of the room because they don't like you, they just, you know, overcharge kanyimbo che nikamunshe kutucha ikocheka video ka hizi wakupeza overcharge 20,000, but the video they do for you, it's actually subpar, you get. But just because your name is not out there, you see, you say no, that's even. But when the big guy comes, the guy puts in all the work, but with you they're just sidelining you. And also even in record labels, I have some friends who, upcoming artists who have been signed by record labels, and shelves, but the actual work that these record labels do, they're just putting it in the big artists. So for me, even these are conversations that I was having on a daily basis. And
these are conversations that got you in trouble at some certain point.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I was still getting to a point where, as Zambians, where when I give my opinion, I tell you the truth, saying I feel like you need to work on one or two things. You won't take it from an enemy point of view? Yeah,
I think we are. I mean, for a long time here in Zambia, you know, Zambians, we are peace lovers. We don't like confrontation. So sometimes you think that maybe akungenera. But for me, when I started doing that TikTok thing, I got to experience that in the first place. One, I got to be the one who speaks, says something that people won't like, and then I get the reaction for it. But I also got to be on the other end as well, to be called out for maybe doing something or saying something that was a bit too much or could have been a bit too hurtful for certain demographics.
Have you ever been in a point where you got yourself something that you didn't have an idea of?
How do you mean?
Like you go in a shop and you find this new drink in stores that you have no idea, then you give it a try, saying, let me give it a try, let me test it. Have you ever been in such a situation?
Yes, I actually do that all the time.
Okay.
That's how I got to drink these all new drinks, because when it comes to even like my alcohol brands, like I'm just like if something comes out, I don't know it, but I'll just buy it and drink it. So yeah, it's
so some people would still argue, because the reason why I'm asking you that question, it has a follow-up question. People will be super interested. Like right now, we're having this conversation because some people don't know who you are. They will decide to switch to another channel because they feel like nindano I'm going to celebrate channel inango. And this is a point where we're talking about things to do with upcoming artists, things to do with celebrities, and also building a brand which takes a long time to be where you're supposed to be. In your situation where people will just look at you now, someone who has a dream, and when you make it, your image becomes big, everybody will be interested to say, oh, you're Proxane. In now, when you are trying to struggle, what are some of the things that you want to highlight and just tell the public, saying, this is what I've been striving for. Don't notice me when I get the bigger thing or the bigger picture. How about you just pay attention to me now? Yeah,
I think for me, my fight or my cause is it's like the hashtag Zambia Kuchalo. Like for me, I know I'm an upcoming artist, but I am one of those people who gets the opportunity to travel a lot. Like I've been to a few places around the continent where I see the music industry, and you see just how, like, you get to see, like, if you go to like a Nigeria and you get to see the reality of an actual music industry that works and the benefits that come out of it. So for me, as an upcoming artist, I'm not trying to be a big artist in Zambia. I'm trying to be a big artist in Africa. And I think throughout the things that I've got to learn over time, I have come to learn a few elements that can actually create that kind of thing that makes Zambian music, become the big thing that it's supposed to be, because we're already on the right direction. But you see, when you go out there in the world and then you play certain songs by Zambians to these people in these other music industries, wazakus are things like, oh, this sounds like it's from this other country, or this sounds like it's from this other country. But if you play them like a song, Nijaya, for example, like a South African song, they'll say, oh yeah, this is a South African song. So for me, what I'm trying to do now, I'm still pushing, is to create a sound, or to be part of the people that created that sound that will be known as this is a Zambian sound. So for me, that's my push, that's my struggle. So it's not just about blowing up and becoming famous and becoming an artist in Zambia. It's also about writing my name in the history of Zambian music, to say, during the moment when Zambia Kuchalo was happening, Proxane even Zediku, he was also part of the people that made that thing happen.
Let's do this. Let me put you on spot right now. Can we go straight to 2 videos from new artists? And these are the things that you basically also have been trying to preach last year. So I want you to give it from your own opinion. So we'll go straight to Foster's video and also Fresh Cool's videos. Both new artists on the scene. And I want to find out which one you would pick. And you give her the reason why you are picking on certain songs. So let's go straight to those 2 videos as our today's double play on Yatu Vibes.
Cool.
In the ghetto, that's where the real hustle is. Hustlers work in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. That's 3 by 4, that's 12. That's the time on the clock hustlers start working. That's the time on the clock hustlers stop waking. They don't sleep in the ghetto. So are we.
For life. Jine mwana wa mugeto. Naze chimafuno mbela musho chase. Jine mwana wa mugeto. Naze chimafuno mwana wa mugeto naze timafuna kuchitika kwesi
Dine ghetto boy, nine emo life, no cheetah sector boy. I mean I'm tired of this spent life, color boy. I wanna shine in the limelight, Biggie Smalls. I mean I'm doing this for my real G's who be back like Proctors, real G. I mean I'm doing this for my real G's who never lived on their knees but died on the feet. I mean I'm doing this for them, not for fame. Nah, to keep the money safe, not fame. Yeah, then give glory to His name. Yeah, back to the party, put your hands up. You know what I want to get go. Vamos get go. For life. I wanna take my time.
Can I call my name?
Fresh. Cool. I'm a Zambian, a power, I'm a Russians.
I got it.
Triple. Spot is a concapi.
Guy pull us in the building.
Always. King Nachi on the bit.
Nalipita sana mufingi kunumoku Ketinkabile kubwelela kunumoku Balipisha mumulilo ine kunumoku Balindesa pona knife ine kunumoku Nalipita ne mwata pata Bashikumolu na pata Ketikabile video bale tuseka Uwaba kumulu wale tukosha No wanja kunda chiefu
Kuya,
Chiefu Code for the background Code for the background
Zikomo Mulungu wanga ine zikomo Umani pasa bonse ine zikomo Nikwa nizosunga bana banga pakomo Umani pasa bonse ine Nikangala Sizaibala Mwani mpala Shakala becha utawe Muni chonse niwe number one Kuli konse kweniriri muriko Ni no doubt mwengariko
Nalipita sana mufingi kunumoku Ketinkabile kubwelela kunumoku Balipisha mumulilo ine kunumoku Balindesa pona knife ine kunumoku Nalipita ne mwata pata Bashikumolu na pata Ketikabile video bale tuseka Uwaba kumulu wale tukosha No wanja kunda chiefu
Kuya,
Code for the background
So both new on the scene and they both dropped their songs this year 2023. So we're putting Proxane, our guest, Yatuva's Prime TV on Sport, man. Since you have been preaching about new artists, preaching about them, maybe let's start from there. Do you feel those two videos deserve to be shown on Prime TV?
The videos, yes, I think so.
The songs?
Yes and no.
I see some doubting somewhere. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I want you to open your mind and go straight to the point. Be realistic to the point. Like we said, we want to be an opinion country where we want to see another person grow.
Correct.
From those two videos, your own opinion, man, what do you think?
Yeah, I think on a video basis, I think the videos were done pretty well. And I've always said this, when it comes to videos in Zambia, we do quite good videos. But the audios, the songs themselves, I would say I actually liked the first one a bit more than the second one. The first one, I liked it like as a song, like as just a listener, I would like the song. But I don't think it's like in my opinion, my humble opinion, I don't think it's like wow, like like it's that song where I'm listening and then I would stop and I'll be like, who is this? And I'll search. If I was on a bus or in a car on a taxi and I heard this song play on radio, I would just listen to it and probably be like, yeah, that was a great song, and then I'll probably go to the next one.
In your own opinion, what do you think makes a very good song?
I think originality is number one. I think a great song sounds different. Like it usually doesn't sound like any other song that you've ever heard. Like it's just, it usually has its own sound. That's one. Secondly, singability. Like how easy is it for you to remember, like to start singing along? Like you don't need to think too much and start to pay attention to a lot. It's very easy for you to start singing along because it has something that's very easy to pick up.
A catchy vibe?
Yeah, like a catchy vibe. Like it has this thing about it. And then finally, then you can look at, for me, I'm not too big on message, because I mean, sometimes you have songs that did 1 billion views that don't even have a message.
You have a song that talks about Nifuno. I want to be real right now. You have your brand new song.
Yes.
It talks about, what message were you trying to talk about? For the sake of those people that are watching, they haven't heard your song, which doesn't have a video yet.
Yes.
What are you saying?
Okay, actually, for me, I think that song is actually a bit deeper than it sounds. I actually try to paint a picture. If you pay attention to the lyrics, I try to paint a picture of the temptation of the average guy, like the average dude in Zambia. Like a lot of us dudes, if you actually pay attention to the song, I really describe a scenario that we all go through. Like I talk about at the opening of the song, I say once a month I'm Dangote, right? It's just a metaphor of saying, you know, once a month I will have money, right? Like maybe let's say I work at a job and I get a salary, right? So usually when I have money, usually what happens to us as guys when we have that money is we get into celebration mode, which is shere. That's what the word shere means. So, you know, I'm there. It's like, you know, all the logic I had in my head when I was broke kind of goes away a bit, you know. I'm just like, we have money. Today is Friday, you know. That T-bone that's in the fridge, the madam at home is going to make sure that it works. And then I also just paint a picture of like, okay, so what do I do when I go out to use this money? And
by going naked?
No, not really. It's not I go naked. It's I talk about, like, you know, in the verse I describe like, oh, I'm seeing these, you know, women who are tempting me. But at that point I start saying nifuno vula, nifuno vula. I'm not literally meaning that I want to undress, but what I mean is I'm going crazy. Like, what's the craziest thing a human being can do? It's go naked, right? That's the craziest thing a human being can do. So I'm saying, all this money, all these things I'm saying, but that's nifuno vula. Like, it's like I'm getting confused. It's just too much going on. So that's what I'm just trying to say. I'm just trying to paint a picture of the kind of emotions that a young man usually goes through when they touch some money. We usually go crazy.
This year, 2023, from Proxane, what else are we looking forward to before we let you go? And also a quick one, where can people find your brand new song?
So my brand new song is everywhere, especially on Boomplay. I actually recently got listed on some top playlists here in Zambia and also in SA, so it's doing quite well. So you can also find it on YouTube and Spotify. Just search for my name, Proxane, Proxane. And basically you get to interact with my content. I also post a lot on social media, on Facebook, so you also be able to.
Too much content from you, man.
Yeah.
So our sponsors, man, I'm sure this will help out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
the energy.
I use this for studio time. Tima says I'll see.
Yeah.
Usually need this to make sure that we can go until the 5 days. Yeah, and then you asked me what to look for.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, I actually have a surprise. I've been working underground with some big names. I'm working on some various songs.
Finally.
Yes. Madoza Rambo say group. Yeah, so I'm going to announce here that I'm actually in the studio with Tlow.
Okay.
And yeah, we're working on some cool stuff. So people should be on the lookout for that. Actually, last year I made a post in December to say this was going to be my New Year's resolution. And yeah, so we linked up. Now in the studio, so let's see how that goes. People should definitely look forward to that. If they think Shere is fire,
Yeah.
the next one is probably next level. Me, I'm a big fan of Chef 187. I feel like his previous albums were more fire than this one. I feel like this one was more for the music lover than for the people.
Okay.
Yes, so if I gave it a rating, I'll give it like maybe a 6.5 compared to maybe his previous album like Amnesia or Bon Appetit. Those ones I gave them 8s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sinyamba.
Sinyambandeo. Did fun? No, Chef is my goat. Like I think Chef is the goat.
Yeah.
But again, me nima kama chef azona like nina invera in Chef number mkonka kudala ndishindine mfano. And I've heard his previous 3 bodies of work. If I put them number 1, number 2, number 3, nizafaka number 1 Bon Appetit, number 2 nizafaka Amnesia, and then in the ngafake pa number 3. Singa ifake pa number 1 zana maboza.
Okay.
Yeah, as a fellow musician,
We respect them.
David Manville.
We have to go. Great looking out to the entire team. Cuthbert, Chipo Kawata, not forgetting Gifty, as well as the entire team. It has been amazing right here. Payato Vibes on Prime TV. We'll get back next week with our different guests of getting.